Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another Boxycharm review and unboxing. I have my box here in the mail for the December box, but before we do that, per usual, we're going to look back on the stuff that I got in my November box, and I'm going to share my reviews for those products, and then we'll get into the unboxing. Before I do that, like always, I like to share that I did get the inspiration for this series from JenLuvsReviews because she does her Boxycharm unboxings and reviews in the same style. So I always leave her channel link down below if you ever want to go check it out. I highly encourage you to check out her channel. I really enjoy her content, and she just hit 200,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so that is super exciting. Congratulations to Jen. But yes, let's go ahead and just jump right into the reviews for November's box. Okay, first thing that I'm pretty sure you guys were evident just watching the unboxing, but I was most excited to get the FARAH, I think it's called FARAH brushes tweezers. I know this is an odd thing to get excited for, but I was actually wanting to purchase a new set of tweezers just because mine was getting a little old and wasn't really pulling the hairs like I like it to, and they sent tweezers in the box, and not only just tweezers, but they sent double-sided tweezers, which I was super excited about. I have been using these tweezers for the past month and whatnot, and I actually took them with me on a trip. I was gone for 2 weeks, and they performed fantastically. They perform better than any tweezer that I have in my collection, and I really love the aspect of having the slanted tip side and then the pointy tip side, because there are those hairs that either one side or the other it just works best on. And another point I wanted to make about these being so amazing is that they're really good at getting those stubborn hairs. I have a hair in between my eyebrows and also on my lip that is so, I think it's just a more coarse hair than the other ones that I have around it. So it always gives me a hard time whenever it is starting to grow back and I have to pluck it. And typically I have to wait for it to get fairly long enough for me to be able to grab it with a tweezer and pull it out. But these, the hair was just poking through and it had no problem grabbing it and holding onto it so that I could pull it out. And I thought that was fantastic because I don't like having to let these hairs, you know, grow out a couple, you know, centimeters, whatever, grow out enough to grab them if I can grab them early, because I just don't like having these really dark hairs on my face if I can help it. So I thought that was amazing, and I thought that really just showed what good quality these tweezers are. I will say that the decoration on the side probably isn't going to last that long because the F and the A are already starting to wear away on here, but that is really the only con I could find with these. I was super excited to have them, and I will continue to use them, and yeah, I think they're just a really good quality tweezer. So we got some eye brushes from LUXIE. They are more of a unique set of eye brushes, which I was really excited for because I feel like you typically get the flat brush and then the big fluffy brush in like eye brush sets, whereas this one gave you a lot of really unique brushes. I think the only typical one that I could think of was this being more of a fluffy brush, but even still, it's more of a dense type of fluffy brush, so it's really good at getting really precise blend to my shadows. I really like the slanted one for blending and packing very precisely into the outer corner. But these two were the real star of the shows because these brought something to my collection that I didn't have before. I found this very tiny dome one, really easy to diffuse shadow below my lash line. And then this one it's fairly similar to the dome one, but it has a slant to it. It still kind of does the same job, but it's nice for very detailed work. And I found that I really enjoyed having these brush sets. And I think if you got Boxycharm in past boxes, I think this really brought something into your collection that you probably didn't have and just kind of expanded your eye brush collection. Now, when we're talking about quality, I feel like the quality of these brushes aren't on par with the typical LUXIE brushes. Now, keep in mind that I'm not someone who is very well versed on LUXIE brushes, but I have received a couple of them in the past from Boxycharm. So I have a couple of them in my collection. I just feel like these are a little bit below those standards. They don't feel as heavy duty. They definitely have a very light weight to them. I mean, the brushes still look pretty and they perform nice. None of the bristles fell out while I've been using them, and I've washed each of these several times. So I am not saying that they're not good quality. I just feel like they're a little bit below what the typical LUXIE brushes, at least the ferrule and the handle and like the weight of the brush. It just feels different than the other brushes I have. But really, that's the only thing I can fault it for. And I'm excited to have these, and I think I will get a lot of good use out of them over the years. And if you, like I said, if you got Boxycharm, I think you'll be excited to have these and add them into your brush collection rotation. And if you're wanting to get into more detailed or intricate eye makeup, these will definitely go a long way in helping you get there, because detailed brushes are the trick to those really detailed eye makeup. Next up, we got the BodyographyPro Makeup Brush Cleaner. There was 2 ounces that they sent in this little thing. I can't remember if this is full size. I'm guessing it's not because it's a pretty small container, but I found this very nice for cleaning my eye makeup brushes. I tried it once to clean up like a foundation or something with liquid product in it, and I wouldn't recommend it for that as much just because I had to use a whole lot. It would have been more worthwhile and probably more affordable to just go and get a bar of soap and clean those that way. But for powder products, for tiny little brushes, for spot cleaning, this was fantastic and did a great job. But with saying that, I have about this much left on this container and I'll be done, and I got this last month. So I feel like I went through it really fast. Yes, I do know that I use a lot of brushes. I apply my makeup every day, so I am constantly cleaning brushes, so maybe that's it, but I was kind of surprised by how quickly I went through this thing. So in my eyes, I'd rather just get my Cinema Secrets and stick to that because I can get a really big container and it just, the tiniest little touch of it will clean my eyeshadow brushes, no problem. Whereas for this, I still need at least 2 to 3 sprays on an eyeshadow brush to get it clean, the same as I would for a bit of a bigger brush. It's hard to be very precise when you spritz a brush, if that makes sense. So you still needed to use a decent amount of product, whereas with the Cinema Secrets, I can just touch it very gently into the water and just enough soaks up into the brush to clean it. I hope that makes sense. So I would say if you're someone who travels, this would be nice to throw in your, travel makeup bag, and that way you're able to clean your brushes. But for the day-to-day, for me being home every day, the Cinema Secrets is more worth it for me. Okay, so last up I have the Ace Beaute Grandiose palette. It was this pretty little palette. The decorations and like the design of this palette is really nice. I was kind of bummed that it didn't come with a mirror, but as you can see, I have been giving this a good try. I have powder everywhere. That's something to note. This is a very powdery eyeshadow. You dip it in and you get a lot of kick up in the pan. You get a lot of fallout on your face. But with that said, it's not necessarily intense pigment type of fallout, if that makes sense. You know those palettes that you can tap into and then you go to blend it on your eyes and it's just such intense pigment. This is more of a powdery type of pigment, if that makes sense, or a powdery type of kick up. It's just very powdery. It still gives you a deposit of color, which is nice, but it's more of a wash of color instead of very pigmented. I hope that is coming across well. I'm trying to think of a good way to explain this because I didn't have too big of an issue with this palette. I know a lot of people said it blended terribly and they didn't like it. I heard a lot of negative reviews. I didn't have that bad of an experience with it. I just didn't find that I liked it because it took a little work to blend up or to build up the shadow, and then even still, I felt like it was a sheer wash of color. It wasn't very pigmented and didn't really pack that punch that I like to see in my shadows. When I was using this, I always kind of thought back to like Bad Habit quality, and I just experienced the same kind of thing with blending. If you blend too much, you could just kind of muddy the shadows together, but at the same time, if you didn't blend enough, you would have a harsh line. And that annoys me a little bit. Also with this palette, you couldn't go very deep because while this shadow looks pretty deep, I have it on the outer corner and I spent a while trying to pack on the color and get it as pigmented as I could, and that's as much as I could go. I think that was actually my biggest gripe with the palette, besides the quality issue of, the mattes not being very pigmented, and I don't think I even mentioned the shimmers. They're just okay. They're the type of Bad Habit shimmer where they're just, and pure. That's the other palette I was trying to think of. Pure shadow. That the quality reminds me of theirs. It feels great. It looks nice in a swatch, but when you try to transfer that on your eyes, unless you're using your fingers and really pressing it on your eyes, pressing into your eyes to get it to transfer, I just don't feel like it gave that big of a punch on your eyes. So that was my issue with the, the shimmers. But besides that, the color selection just inhibited me. I feel like I couldn't go as deep as I wanted to with the eye looks, and then on top of that, the color combos that I got, I wasn't really crazy about, because when I go with something red, I felt like I would just kind of stick to these for reds and then these for browns, and whenever I mesh the two, I don't know, maybe some people would like the look that I created, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. For some reason, having a very burgundy, because I wanted to use the deepest color, having burgundy on the outer corner and then more of a brown on my lid, I would prefer more of a pinky champagne-y kind of color on my lid, even more pinky than this, but there really is that shade because this is what I used on my lid. Is it terrible? No. Does it blend horribly? No. I could get it to work. I could get some really decent eye looks out of as long as I didn't get too intricate or crazy, but overall, this kind of just fell flat for me because I wasn't blown out of the waters, and I didn't like the color selection that was included in this palette. Is that their fault? No, because that's the palette they put together. That's just for me personally. So overall, this fell flat for me, and I wouldn't say I recommend it for the price. I think you can get a lot better quality for cheaper. So yeah, this was just okay. I didn't hate it as much as most people I feel like did hate this palette, but it just wasn't that good. Okay, now on to the unboxing. Something to note, they changed up the box this month. I thought that was pretty interesting. It's a lot thicker and shorter than typical boxes, and I think that's the first time that I've seen that since subscribing back to them. And oh, just to throw out there, I was subscribed to them for probably 6 months or so, and then they reached out to me to put me on their PR list. So I'm no longer subscribed to them. I did receive this as PR, but just want to throw that out there so you guys know. I always forget. I did not purchase this. I used to be a subscriber and a customer of theirs, but I'm now on their PR list, so I find that really cool, and I'm very, very grateful. So yeah, the box is different, but anyway, the theme of this month is "'Tis the Season," but it's like sea, like the ocean, sea, and sun. I thought that was pretty cute when I read that. I was like, that's cute. I think Thrift or Cassie is going to love that little pun. But anyway, let's see. Per usual, I'm not going to read off the card. I'm just going to hold it up and share with you guys what I got. The first thing I got was the Cosmedix Detox Activated Charcoal Mask. I have not tried this brand. I have heard of this brand, and I think it's a pretty pricey brand. Okay, this retails for $30. I haven't heard about this product in particular. I don't really need clay masks, but I am going to try this, and I can always share a mask with my sisters because I have a ton of sisters, and they can use some masks. So I will be trying this out this month, and I definitely need some activated charcoal mask in my life because my skin has been a little crazy. I've been traveling for the last 2 weeks, or not traveling, but I've been away from home, visiting family for the last 2 weeks, came back, I've been sick. It's been all over the place, so I definitely need to help my skin get back under control because on top of all that, being sick and traveling, I haven't been taking care of my skin. So I'm really excited to give that a try. Like I said, I've heard of the brand, but I've never heard of this product, so we're going to go into it with an open mind and see. Okay, next I have this little chunker. Let's see. It is from Pretty Vulgar, and it is the Powder Room. Oh, Mad About It. Translucent Setting Powder. The Powder Room. That's what this product is called. That's pretty cute. Once again, Pretty Vulgar's packaging is always super cute. I think it's interesting that Boxycharm is all of a sudden including a lot of Pretty Vulgar products in their box. I am going to be trying this out just because I love setting powders and I'm always curious to try new ones, and this looks super pretty. Do I need another setting powder in my life? No, but am I excited to try one? Yes. Ooh, I'm trying to take the tab off so I can feel the powder. I always like loose setting powders. They're so messy, and I should like pressed ones more, but I really enjoy loose setting powders. That feels nice, and it looks like it gives a little bit of coverage that, yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's just, I don't know. It looks like it gave a little bit of coverage to my hand when I just blended it in there. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can see that. Just a little bit of coverage, but it should blend out. It says translucent, so we will see, but I'm excited to give a new setting powder a try, and the packaging is super cute. The name, The Powder Room, very adorable. It says 170 Mad About It. It says translucent, but it has a number there, so I don't know if it comes in varying colors for different skin tones. Oh, and really quick before we go on, this retails for $32. That's pricey, but that is Pretty Vulgar's typical pricing, so it is what it is. Next up, we have the Tarteist Shimmering Lip Paint, and this retails for $20, and I got the shade Insta Famous. It is like a pinky champagne-y duochrome type of lip gloss that I am not going to be opening and trying because I don't like shimmer on my lips. I don't like lip gloss. I don't like metallic lips, so it would just be a waste for me to try this, but it's definitely pretty, and if you like shimmery lips, this is definitely gorgeous and right up your alley. But for me, this is nice, adds value to the box if you like shimmer on your lips, but for me, I'm not going to try it. I will keep it and include it in a giveaway or give it to a friend, but that is cool. If you like it, you should be excited, but for me, I'm not going to be trying it. Next, I have the Bodyography Lip Liner in Heather Berry. It's a lip pencil. That's a pretty color, but once again, this retails for $12, which I feel like is pricey, but maybe that's typical. I'm not into lip pencils, so I am not going to try it just because I don't see the point of lip pencils for me personally. I never have a problem with my lipstick running out of the lines, and I never have see a difference when I wear lip liner and when I don't. I don't see a difference with the length of wear of my lip products, so I personally am not going to try it just because I'm not going to be a good judge for reviewing it, since I don't typically wear them. So this is another one that is going to go into a future giveaway or be gifted to a friend, but let me know if you did get this box and you do like lip pencils. How does that one work for you? Is it a good one? And very last we have, oh, I'm so excited, we got the Suva Beauty Protege palette. You either could get this or a mini flat iron, and I don't even use a full-size flat iron anymore. I never do anything with my hair, so I was hoping really hard that I didn't get the mini flat iron. And yay, I'm so excited. Oh, I got a little boo-boo over here. Got a little, not really shattered, but more just like smushed. I'll just smush it back down. But, oh, this looks pretty. I kind of like how this is separated into like mauves down here and then browns up here. And then you have a more of a mauvey highlighter and then a more of a champagne highlighter. That's really pretty. This retails for $34 and it's supposed to be a versatile warm and cool tone palette. I do like that. I'm not typically a, you know, cool tone person. You guys know I like my warm tones right now, but I kind of like how this is a nice mix. So I just did the highlighters of both of them. That's the cool tone one. And that's the warm tone one. Per usual, I have swatches up here on the screen so you guys can see the quality of it and just kind of how they swatch initially. I'm excited to be giving this a try. So yeah, I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see what kind of looks I can get out of this. I have not tried Suva Beauty yet, but they have definitely been a brand I've been eyeing, so I'm excited to give this a try. This is definitely a palette that's going to get dirty, but that just shows a well-loved palette. So yeah, this is the highlight of the box for me for sure. All right, so there you have it. Those are all the products that I got in my box. Like I said, super excited to be trying these products. 2 of them I'm not going to be trying and giving a review on, as you guys know, just because it's not going to be worth it for me to try them just to give you guys a subpar review since I am not into those products or I don't have enough experience in those products. So I hope that's okay with you guys, but I am looking forward to trying the 3 products that I do have and that do look really, really promising. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review and unboxing video. Per usual, let me know down below if you guys get Boxycharm and what you got in your box. I know it's a little bit early, so once you get your box, if you want to come back here and let me know, I'd love to hear what kind of variation you got. I know I sometimes get people asking me, but I never think to share, or I just forget to share, I should say. This says, on my little card, it says a 1 right here, so I think that means I got version 1. But I don't know if that's important or if you're ever curious about that, but if I can remember, I will share. I got version 1, so let me know what version you guys got. And that is going to about wrap up this video. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, and I can't wait to talk to you guys very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.